Hello. I forgot what I was about to say. Roll the clip.
What's up? It's your boy Tuck, the Streetwear Savant, back at it again with another episode of Self-Talk. And not just any episode, episode 10. And a major shout out to you guys. It's been 2 months that Q&K has been large and in charge on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And I want to show my appreciation to you guys so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting this. Thank you for supporting the weekly content all the way coming through and just supporting me, you feel me? It takes a lot of work to do all this, and I appreciate it so very much. And for episode 10 of Self-Talk, we are going to talk about a topic that honestly Q&K wouldn't even exist without this topic: balance. So I know what you're expecting. You expect me to give you 3 tips about how to make better balance for your life. And yeah, that'd be great, nice and dandy, but this is the 10th episode, y'all, and there is no way I'm just gonna do the regular for this. I've noticed that with my overgrowing content fan base, I guess you would call it, and more people watching my stuff, a lot of people don't know me. Like, they just know me for the dude that lost weight, the dude that wears nice clothes, and the dude that just gives you health tips. But they don't know truly me. So for this episode of Self-Talk, I'm gonna give a more in-depth look on my life and how balance affected my life from the beginning all the way up to now. So let's do it. What's up? My name's Tuck. Well, I mean, you guys obviously know that, but my name's Tuck. I'm from Chicago. Grew up here my whole entire life. Both of my parents are from California that moved to Chicago in the 20s. And I mean, for me, my life's been decent. I would say probably I'm very sheltered. I'm gonna keep it blunt, honest with you, a very privileged life. And just, for me, weight has always been a constant, I wouldn't even say an issue, but a constant, like, pestering thing in my life. It's always been like weight loss. It's always been like, I always been the overweight kid in school. Always been the person that's like not being able to wear like the regular clothes in the regular stores, you feel me? I had to go like to Burlington Coat Factory or Destination DXL and all that. I was just used to it. I never wanted to make a change for it because that's just the way I was used to. That's the way my whole life has been. I've just been accustomed to that. But it didn't really become a very apparent thing in my life until I went to college. And that's when kind of, I'll say it, stuff hit the fan, to be nicer with it, stuff hit the fan. So basically I was a very good student in school, A's and B's, got high honor roll from kindergarten all the way up to high school. And luckily that paid off for me in the future, getting a full ride scholarship to the university I attended. I'm gonna keep it low key because I don't want all that information out there. But yeah, I got a full ride scholarship to school. And I wanted to become a chemical engineer just because I wanted to support my family, you feel me? They've been working hard their whole entire life, and just having that financial security was a very important thing to me. And being a chemie was kind of just seeing the big dollar signs, saying like, oh, I'll be secure for life if I do this and I accomplish this. And boy, was I wrong. Just going from high school to college, having that freedom was a positive and negative. Positive being you can able to make your own path and do whatever you want to do, and also negative at the same time, you can make your own path and do what you want to do, which includes slacking off, not going to class, having fun, especially freshman year when there's literally a party every single weekend. Just getting accustomed to that, and me having a sheltered life and barely going out at all in high school, it was new to me. And it was just like that, like really good candy that you try once and then you just start liking it over and over and over again. So yeah, I just started liking going out more and just doing all that. And yeah, it was starting to affect my grades, starting to affect everything around me, and it hit south. But let's just say that it went south, especially sophomore year. So what our college engineering has is a weed out program. So basically what a weed out program is basically taking out the lower performing students in order to show like your college has high honored students, basically to show them more impressive than any other school in the conference. And our school adopted that in 2015, 2016. It was halfway through my spring semester of sophomore year, and I will always remember this day. I went to my regular chemistry class. Man, this is harder than it looks. I went to my chemistry class, and then I got back to my dormitory, and there was a letter in my dorm mailbox thing, and it was a letter from the dean of college engineering. And just to keep it short and sweet, basically that letter said is that regarding this semester and future semesters at the College of Engineering, you have been kicked out. Like kicked out of the College of Engineering due to lack of academic progress, not keeping up to the progress of the class. Yeah. For about a month, I was a college dropout, and nobody else knows this. My friends don't know this. My family doesn't know this. So my parents watching this right now, congratulations, you had a college dropout for a son for a month. I'm gonna tell you what happened after that. But yeah, it was a very depressing moment for my life, to be blunt and honest with you. I wasn't used to it. I'm always used to getting A's and B's and always succeeding in everything I do. So in that moment, it was just like, what in the world just happened? Like, I thought I was on my A game. I was not. I thought I was doing everything correct. I was not. And just everything just hit rock bottom at that moment. It was just like, why did this happen to me type of thing. And yeah, I guess going into that very sour moment, we can go to the first tip of balance. Assess your life right now. Whenever you gotta find why it's unbalanced in your life, you just gotta look at it as what sucks, what's good, and how can I make what sucks better. So for instance, at this moment in my life, what was good? I was having a good time in my life. I was making friends. I was enjoying the new environment I was in. What sucked is I got kicked out of college, and it was pretty trash. It was very trash. So I had to assess and be like blunt with myself, like, Steven, you got to do something right now, because at the end of the semester, and I come back home, I gotta tell my mom and dad like, oh, I got kicked out of college, and see how they reciprocate that, because they're never used to this. You're just used to me getting A's all the time. So just thinking of that strategy and thinking of all that, and just assessing. You gotta always continue to assess your life in order to bring balance back to it. So tip number 1, assess your life right now. Well, okay, so I know what you're thinking. Oh, Steven, what did you do now? Did you go home, work at McDonald's, find your way back up? Did a miracle happen? Did you end up becoming a stripper or something? No. Basically, I would say one of the best things in my life to this day, and I haven't done a lot of dope things yet, but I will. It's still probably the dopest thing that has happened to me my whole entire life. So I still continue to go to class, knowing even though at the end of the semester I was getting kicked out. And I went to my chemistry lecture. Right after leaving my chemistry lecture, I accidentally ran into a professor, just got done with a test, and knocked all of her test papers out the way. And I was like, come on, bro. Like, I got kicked out of college. I accidentally ran into a professor. I'm finna get in trouble doing that. So I'm like, what's going on? Like, woe was me type of stuff. And I talked to her. She was asking me like, oh, did you just come out of this lecture? I was like, yes, I did. It's like, oh, what's your major? And I was like, chemical engineering. And then I kind of went more in depth with my story about like what's happening right now, because technically I don't have a major anymore after the end of that semester. So after telling a little bit about my dilemma and just letting her know my full story, she was like, "Are you gonna be here this summer?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll be here this summer." And she's like, "Okay, I want you to work in my lab here at the Department of Chemistry, and I want you to become a chemistry major." And I was like, bet, say less. So basically what happened was at the end of that semester, I did summer school and I worked undergraduate lab research in a chemistry laboratory at the university. I fully transferred over into being a chem major that next semester. And honestly, it just went all up from there. It's all by literally the grace of God that I was able to get right on track, got my grades together, got my studies together, joined organizations that benefited me instead of just partying all the time. And yeah, became the first African-American undergraduate at the university to ever be published. It's like it literally went to like a full Lifetime movie going all the way up, you feel me? But I'm blessed, man, just to say that I was able to come from rock bottom and go all the way up. And I guess I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm really happy. So that leads me to tip number 2. Set the goals and make the decision. Now, this is literally a godsend opportunity. I would be absolutely foolish if I declined this. And I just had to suck it up, man. I had to literally say, hey, you're getting a second chance at your life right now. And it's time to pull your pants up and get on the pavement and start walking. Like literally, I had to set the goals to get myself back to the old Tuck. Like literally, get my grades straight, get my act straight, and being me again. You know, I literally for that month I lost myself. I was at literally the darkest moments of my life, just contemplating like, why would he put me here? Why would he make me literally put me in the most uncomfortable spot ever in my life right now? So yeah, I had to just make that decision like, all right, let's do this. It's like I got 2.5 years to fix my act, 2.5 years to graduate, and 2.5 years to get my life back on track. So I set my goals, I studied my butt off, I made sure I went to all the office hours, I made sure I went to literally everything I needed to succeed, and I put forth that effort. So make sure anything you do, trying to balance your life back out, you gotta make the decision, set the goals, and get it done. Put in that work, you feel me? And I put in that work, and I'm blessed to say I'm at the better part of that now. So tip number 2, make the right decisions, set your goals, and put in that work, you feel me? Life is looking up, right? Everything's going good. My academics are going good. It seems like my life is truly balanced. Well, you're wrong. Like, wrong. Because I was putting so much focus onto my academics, my social standing at the university, and also making sure like my finances are straight from all that, I put my health on the back burner. Literally all the time I remember the times being at the library studying, I always used to go to McDonald's, and I can remember my order just like that to this day. It'd be 2 hot spicy McChickens and a large fry. And dabbling a little bit, not to have no shame, alcohol as well, becoming a low-key alcoholic, to be honest with you. Just to keep my sanity, man. Like I literally put my health on the back burner. And luckily, I was able to graduate with a degree in environmental chemistry. Thank God, I appreciate you. But at the end of it, my health took a major hit because of this. Like I will say, college is one of the best times of your life. Like absolutely love it. Like 10 out of 10 recommend. But also college can bring the most stressful times in your life as well. It can bring depression, it can bring stress, it can bring anxiety, it can bring a lot of things. And for me, it just brought like more a health anxiety to me. So when I graduated in May 2017, I weighed 372 pounds. Yeah, 372 pounds. And my body, and literally half of my body was fat, like 51.5%. Pre-diabetic. Um, Testosterone was low. And I was setting myself up for an early grave. To be honest with you, it's like I put in all this work for this degree, but would I honestly be able to utilize it with the weight I was at? Probably not. And yeah, just that's where the true weight loss journey came. Like from my success and my miracle came another challenge for me. And I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna have a part 2 of this discussion. I'm gonna leave it for a little cliffhanger. There's some other pieces to this as well, like me starting my weight loss journey and also a relationship that had a pivotal role in the creation of Q&K as well. But I'm gonna leave that for part 2. I hope these 2 tips have helped you. Like I said, for tip number 2, make the decisions and put in that work. And number 1, assess your life when finding that balance. Yeah, this is good. This felt good. But can't wait for part 2 of the Balance Talk, episode 10. You feel me? Hope you guys do well. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You know, the whole 9 yards of this. Weekly content always coming through. This is Tuck. Be blessed. This is Q&K.